Okay, dharma has different meanings in different contexts. The dharma that Krishna is talking about when he says Paradharma Bhayahavaha, he's talking about our duty, our prescribed duty. So, but dharma also has another meaning, that is our nature or function. Like fire, what is the dharma of the fire? Dharma of the fire is heat and light. So similarly, when we say Sanatana Dharma, what is our eternal nature? Our nature of our eternal being, that is the nature of soul, function of the soul. So our present duty is in relationship to our present body and our present position. But when that duty, when we think from a point of view of soul, our position as a soul and our constitutional position as a soul, what is the nature of soul, what are functions of soul, and what are the duties of the soul, that is called Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal. When you talk about, when you say Sanatan Dharma, it should be about something which is Sanatana, which is eternal. What is eternal? Soul is eternal. So the nature, functions, or duty of the soul, that is dharma in real sense. But in today's class, when Krishna says Paradharma Bhayahavaha, it is about his duty as a Kshatriya, which is not Sanatana. But Kshatriya, when he does that duty to please the Lord, that becomes Sanatana Dharma. Because our eternal duty is to serve the Lord. So our present duty can become Sanatana Dharma. That is actually the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is thinking to fight for himself. As a Kshatriya, he has a right to fight and enjoy kingdom. But that is not Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is, yes, you are a Kshatriya, you should fight. Yes, you have right to enjoy. But that is secondary. Main thing is for the pleasure of the Lord. To keep law and order for the pleasure of the Lord. To keep nice atmosphere where people can live peacefully and practice religion, whatever they want. To provide that atmosphere as a service to God. That is Sanatana Dharma.
Actually, quantum mechanics started with something, but it ended with something else. So the quantum mechanics started with very simple thing. It started with exploring atoms, subatomic particles, electrons, protons, right? It started from there. That was actually, even if you go further, of course, theoretically we say it started from black body radiation and all, but basic idea is quantum mechanics started with study of subatomic particle, because we understand what we theorize, the reality as atoms and atom as subatomic particles. So it started with that study of that subatomic particles. But then when they started studying this electron, the electron behavior is very incomprehensible. Means the way we were expecting a throw a ball and you can predict this velocity, the equations and all, but electron we are never able to predict it. It comes in the terms of probabilities, uncertainty equation, uncertainties came. Means whole electron shaked our foundations. If you go in the history how quantum mechanics developed, in the very position, like when you put a ball, you know xyz, this is the position. But electron, the whole tensor, means whole matrix was coming out as position. The Heisenberg was shocked. What does it mean? So it started from study of very small subatomic particles. But then when we went deeper and deeper, the implications came to life. That's why there's a book by Niels Bohr, one of the founders of quantum mechanics, Light and Life. It started from light, from black body radiation. It came to atoms, subatomic particles. Then it came to life. So quantum mechanics is a journey, actually, which started from matter, but finally landed up in consciousness or mind or whatever you want to use the word. In Western tradition, they use mind, consciousness, everything as same. So it started from there, but landed up in consciousness and soul. That's the idea.
Yeah, Swadharma is basically one's own duty. Paradharma is duty of others. So when there are difficulties, don't give up your duty and take up some other easy duty. That is the idea. The duty is mainly about the occupational duty. In Paradharma Bhayahavaha. Swadharme Nidhanam Sreya Paradharma Bhayahavaha. So in that context, this Swadharma is one's occupational duty, and Paradharma is the occupational duty of somebody else. Yeah, so Krishna didn't speak whether Darwin theory is right or wrong. But what Krishna spoke definitely is that there is soul which goes to different species. How species came into existence, it is not there in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says he created everything, but how he created, we don't know. He used evolution or he created everything at a time. That details Krishna has not given. But there are some indications that they are created at once, or we don't know. At once means at what time scale, because time scale is different in different cosmic levels. So we don't really have answer from Bhagavad Gita whether evolution is right. But one thing is sure, that biodiversity is there and soul is there, and we get a body according to our desire. If our desire is like a particular animal, we will get that body. Our desire is like a particular bird, we get that body. But if our desire is like a human being, human being means should be athato brahma jignasa. It should be, apart from enjoyment, he should be also interested to know his origins, know his destiny. So if that is lacking, then one doesn't know or need human form of life, because all other pleasure is available in all other species, and according to our particular propensity, we get that body. So whether Darwin is really right or wrong, that is not Bhagavad Gita's, because it is the time when Krishna spoke, Darwin did not exist. So otherwise, maybe if it is so popular, maybe Krishna would have made a comment about Darwin. But Darwin was too late. So he didn't comment. But what we definitely know for sure is there is soul which is transmigrating. And whether there is evolution or not, if you go to a particular body, then we have to live with that, whether Darwin is right or wrong. So our actions guide our destiny. That is for sure. So, but for Darwin's theory, there are different views, and this particular space is very limited. Space and time is not appropriate for such discussions. For our discussion, biodiversity is there. Whether Darwin's evolution theory is right or wrong, soul is there for sure. Because even if Darwin's evolution is right, we don't know how the first living cell came. That is still mystery. So, what is a living cell and what is life? What makes a living cell life? That still is a question mark, even if Darwin is right or wrong. So, therefore, soul is there. We are that soul, and we have to care about its origin as well as destiny. So, for that human form of life, we have to look into it. Thank you. Yajna has two meanings. One is work done for the satisfaction of the Lord. And generally fire yajna which we see, they are generally done for the satisfaction of the Lord. So therefore that is also called yajna. So yajnardhat karmano anyatra lokayam karma bandhana. So in that context, yajna, the meaning of yajna is work done for the pleasure of the Lord. Is a generic term. But when we talk about yajna in Treta Yuga, Tretayam Yajato Makhe. So in Treta Yuga, yajna is the prescribed duty, general duty for everybody to please the Lord. That is, they are talking about fire yajna, which we do, we see that yajna. So depending on the context, either fire yajna or generic yajna, means any activity done for the pleasure of the Lord is yajna. Giving food is offering food to God. Krishna says that if one offers food to him with love and devotion, he accepts that food. Means Krishna actually eats. God is a person, so he knows how to eat. And if you make it tasty, he also loves, enjoys, like we enjoy. So therefore, if we instead of cooking for ourselves, if we cook for the Lord and accept the remnants, then because it is work done for the Lord, there is no reaction. In the sense that there is no negative reaction, but we develop transcendental relationship with the Lord, divine connection with the Lord. So these karma and divine action, they are opposite. The activity which we do for ourselves is called karma. It has either positive reaction or negative reaction. Positive reaction, we go to heaven, but we have to come back. Negative reaction, we go to hell. Again, we have to come back, transmigrate. But if we do transcendental activity, work for pleasing the Lord, then that doesn't have any reaction. Means we will not go anywhere in this material realm. We will go to the eternal realm of Lord, and we don't return. So therefore, Lord is explaining what is best action. And one of the important actions of our life is eating. So how to do that action in a way that we are not entangled, at the same time, we can do it in a way that pleases the Lord. So like mother, she cooks for everybody in the home. She doesn't particularly cook for herself. Then she eats whatever is good for everybody. Her pleasure is not in cooking for herself. Her pleasure is feeding her dependents, her children. She gets more happiness from there. And in that happiness, the happiness of eating her favorite dish is nothing. She doesn't care. So Krishna wants us to become such loving person. We should love the Lord in such a way that we cook for the Lord and accept remnants. Yes, soul is material energy is also energy of the Lord. Soul is also an energy of the Lord. The difference between thermodynamics energy we study and the soul energy is that soul has consciousness, and it is eternal quantum. Right? In energy we study in physics, that quantum is not eternal. Different quantas can be combined or divided, but soul is a spiritual energy quanta, eternal quanta, which cannot be cut nor be joined with another souls, forged into another souls. So you are very right. Excellent insight. Exact parallel with the law of conservation of energy is there. But only thing is the consciousness is there and it is eternal. It cannot be cut. Nainam chandanti shastrani. We cannot cut it. Whereas material Planck's quantum can be cut. Krishna's quantum cannot be cut. It's really different. And Planck's quantum is dumb. Krishna's quantum is very, very active, intelligent, and conscious. Of course, Planck's quantum is also Krishna's quantum. Both Planck and Planck's quantum, both are Krishna's quantas. Krishna's quanta. Yes, so because now our system is gone completely out of track, So for us, whatever duty that we have accepted, try to fulfill our obligations in that duty and relate it to the Chaturvarnas. For example, if I am a police officer, I have accepted it is something similar to Kshatriya Dharma. So therefore, related to Kshatriya Dharma and do the duty according to the Kshatriya to protect and not act partially and protect people, even risking one's life. So in that way, one does duty for the pleasure of the Lord. And there is generic duty for all of us in the Kali Yuga. Kalo tad harikirtanat. So common duty that is given to everybody in Kali Yuga is Sankirtan of the Lord, singing about the Lord, chanting the names of the Lord. So in these both ways, to answer in a short way, one is by the arrangement of our guna and karma and whatever our good or bad of situation where we are in certain profession, so we can relate it with the Vedic tradition and try to do it as noble as possible and as divine as possible, and use that results of that work we can give to God, or we can use the results at least for satisfaction of the Lord. That is number one. And number two is do the general duty for everybody in Kali Yuga, that is Sankirtan, chanting the holy names of the Lord, singing. So that way we can move forward.